I am sure you look at the world and think, here it is, real. But in truth, everything you see is only a reflection of a deeper inner process within you. We are used to believing that the world around us is the truth itself. We see objects, people, events, and we think, this is reality. But the ancient tradition tells us something different. All that is visible is only a reflection. Behind everything, there is a cause. Behind every action, there is a source. What appears here, in the material world, has already been formed earlier on a more subtle level. Thoughts are born before they become words. Intentions appear before they turn into actions. Emotions live inside before they show themselves on the face. The world we see with our eyes is only the final stage of a long chain. It is like a screen where the finished image is projected. But what happens behind the screen remains hidden. Yesod is precisely the sphere where the invisible prepares to become visible. It is the mirror that connects depth with the surface. And if the mirror is clear, we see truth. If it is clouded, distorted images enter our world through the gate where the visible meets the invisible. This gate is called Yesod, the foundation. Why is Yesod called the foundation? Yesod, translated from Hebrew, means foundation. But it is not the stone foundation of a house. It is the spiritual foundation that supports the passage from the invisible world into the visible one. Imagine the tree of Sephirot. At the top is the source, and at the bottom is Malkuth, the material world. All forces, energies, ideas, and streams are first born in the higher spheres, Keter, Chokmah, Bina, and so on. But in order for them to reach matter, they need a conductor. Yesod is that conductor. Yesod gathers everything that comes from above, concentrates it, and passes it into Malkuth. It is like a channel through which water from many rivers flows into one stream. Without Yesod, energy would simply scatter, and no form would appear below. That is why it is called the foundation of connection. For it is through Yesod that the worlds are joined. The foundation of manifestation. Everything born above passes through Yesod before becoming reality. The foundation of the human soul. Our dreams, images, desires, memory, and subconscious are stored here. Without this foundation, we would lose our integrity. We have seen that Yesod is the foundation of the world, of life, and of the human personality. But there is another level without which its nature cannot be understood. This is the level of the subconscious. It is precisely there that Yesod reveals itself most clearly. It holds memories, impressions, images, and symbols that govern us from within. And even when we are not aware of it, it is through Yesod that the subconscious becomes a force, influencing our actions, our words, and our destiny. Therefore, the next doorway to understanding Yesod is to study its connection with the subconscious. The main theme of Yesod is connection. Yesod connects different levels, the human being and the world, the inner and the outer, consciousness and the subconscious. All lines of relationship pass through it, and it is Yesod that makes them alive and real. What does this mean for us? When we build contact with another person, this is Yesod in action. When we give trust, or when we betray it, this is also the work of Yesod. It governs how honest, open, and capable of closeness we are. Yesod is the foundation of relationships. If this sphere is pure, a person knows how to keep their word, fulfill promises, and respect the boundaries of others. Then their relationships become reliable, like a strong foundation that one can lean on. Through Yesod, we learn loyalty and sincerity. We learn not only to speak, but also to listen, not only to take, but also to give. When Yesod is in harmony, a person is able to see themselves in another. They understand that relationships are not a game of masks, but a real connection of souls. They can be honest, even when it is difficult. They can trust, even if they have once been hurt. It is here that true intimacy is born, the kind that gives strength, not the kind that drains it. But when Yesod is damaged, connection becomes shallow or distorted. Instead of intimacy, there appears dependence. Instead of trust, there is control or deception. And then a person does not build a foundation. They walk on shaky ground, where at any moment they may fall through. That is why working with Yesod is always the work of relationships, with others, with oneself, and with the world. A pure Yesod gives the ability to build a life that rests on trust and on truth. The distortions of Yesod are like a clouded mirror. When pure, it reflects truthfully. When stained, reflections turn false, and illusions appear. The first distortion is illusion. A person believes in images with no ground in reality, builds expectations, and confuses them with life. In relationships, they see not the real partner, but their own creation, which eventually collapses. The second is self-deception. Yesod is tied to honesty, and when it breaks, one loses sincerity, even with themselves. They deny true feelings, convince themselves everything is fine, yet inside feel empty. The third is dependence. When weak, Yesod seeks outside validation, praise, recognition, approval. Instead of real support, connection becomes a chain. The fourth is falsehood. Words lose transparency, spoken not from truth, but for approval or gain. Any foundation built on lies will collapse. When Yesod is distorted, a person stands on unstable ground, unable to tell truth from illusion. Connections become fragile, life unstable, and worst of all, they stop trusting themselves. If Yesod is distorted, life begins to shake. Relationships fall apart, intentions fail to manifest, and inside there is emptiness. But the good news is that Yesod can be cleansed. Its mirror can once again become transparent. The first step is honesty with yourself. Often we hide our own feelings, fear, resentment, envy, or pain. But as long as we keep them hidden, the mirror remains clouded. When we honestly admit what we truly feel, the mirror begins to clear. This does not mean we must tell everything to everyone around us, but inside, it is vital to remain truthful. The second step is sincerity in relationships. Yesod is directly tied to how we build connection with others. Every time we speak truth and keep our promises, we strengthen this foundation. But when we break our word or wear a mask, we make it weaker. A pure Yesod is built on trust, not only toward others, but also toward oneself. The third step is clarity of intention. It is crucial to know why we do what we do. If our actions are rooted in greed, fear, or the urge to prove ourselves, the result will be distorted. But if the intention is pure, to create, to help, to love, then it becomes a pillar. Yesod allows into the world only that which aligns with our true intention. The fourth step is working with the subconscious. Dreams, symbols, and imagination are the language of Yesod. When we pay attention to them, record our dreams, and reflect on repeating images, the mirror becomes clearer. The subconscious stops deceiving us and begins to guide us. The fifth step is awareness in speech. Yesod is linked to the power of words. Words can either build a foundation or destroy it. When we speak the truth and make sure our words align with our actions, Yesod is purified. But when words become tools of manipulation, the mirror clouds again. The conclusion is simple. Yesod is cleansed through truth, sincerity, and clear intention. Then it ceases to be a source of illusion and becomes a solid foundation for life. And the transparent mirror of Yesod reflects not distortions, but light. A light powerful enough to transform everything around it. Sometimes words like foundation or sphere of connection may sound abstract. But Yesod is not theory. It shows itself in daily life. It is the trust we give, the promises we keep, and honesty in words and actions. Yesod is the point where an idea becomes an action, where the inner becomes the outer. If it is clear, visions manifest. If distorted, everything collapses at the last step. That is why Yesod is called the foundation of the soul. Our actions in relationships. Keeping our word strengthens Yesod. Deception weakens it. Trust between partners, friends, or colleagues. This is Yesod at work, in creativity and work. Every idea must pass through Yesod to be realized. Clarity and honesty bring results, while confusion breaks things apart. As it is said, without a solid foundation, no house can be built. In relationship with oneself, denying feelings clouds the mirror of Yesod. Acknowledging them makes it clear. Here, inner wholeness is born, mind, heart, and body aligned. In the subconscious, dreams and intuitions are direct signs of Yesod. They reveal what lies in the depths and seeks to rise. Yesod connects the inner and the outer, and its state decides if life is stable or fragile. A practice for Yesod. This practice is simple, yet very powerful. It helps you sense how pure your foundation really is. Find a quiet place where you will not be disturbed. Close your eyes and recall 3 recent situations in which you gave a promise. Did you fulfill it? If not, what stopped you? What feelings did you experience? Now ask yourself, can I trust my own word? Pay attention to how your body responds to this question. Take 3 deep breaths in and out. On the inhale, say within yourself, I accept truth. On the exhale, I cleanse my foundation. Imagine a transparent mirror within you. With each inhale, it becomes clearer. With each exhale, brighter. Keep looking into it until you feel lightness and calm. This simple practice helps cleanse Yesod of distortions. It restores a sense of stability, clarity, and trust in yourself and in life. Yesod is the last sphere before Malkuth, the gate where the invisible becomes visible and the spiritual becomes material. When it is clear, energy flows freely, ideas manifest, and life is stable. When distorted, even the brightest intentions collapse or take twisted form. Yesod is a test of honesty and purity. It shows whether we can be truthful in our intentions and build trust. Everything we carry inside will one day come outward through Yesod. Malkuth receives only what passes through this sphere. That is why working with Yesod means working with the foundation of life itself. The conclusion is simple. Yesod is the gate to Malkuth, the foundation of soul and world. Cleanse it, and what enters your life will be clear, strong, and true.